Happy hunting.
Hunt me.
I am the hunted one.
I'm hunting most things.
Let's hunt something. You can hunt.
Long have you hunted me?
You're being hunted.
Good morning, welcome back to another top 10. I say it every single day for the 9th of August 2018, a Thursday, a thumping Thursday of hunts. Let's be honest. Let's jump through to the number one today. First one is a high-speed amphibian by Gibbs. Normally these things are pretty pathetic because you go on the road, they're really slow, and then in the water they're not that particularly fast. This one can do over 100 miles an hour on land and 30 miles an hour on the water, which is kind of unheard of. I guess they've kind of moved it on by now to make these things like super efficient, but I have no idea how much these cost, but it's certainly a cool little car. I think that's an MX-5. It certainly looks like an MX-5. 100 mile an hour on land, 30 mile an hour on water. Fuel capacity 67 litres, 15 gallons. I wonder what fuel it uses. I presume it just uses normal like petrol diesel kind of fuel. It looks a lot of fun though. So LifeStraw, if you remember or if you know about that, they pretty much had this like super successful product where you could drink water through this straw and it would filter out all the bacteria and all like microplastics. Now they've gone to the next level of a bottle adapter kit with a 2-stage filter in it, which makes total sense. So you just put your water in any of those kind of like containers that you can buy, and it's just this nozzle top bit, and then the filter is actually, powerful filter is actually in the middle. So 99.9% of bacteria, 99.9% of parasites, reduces organic chemical matter, pesticides, herbicides, compatible with most water bottles. Wide cap 63ml, narrow cap, lasts 1,000 gallons. I think anything to do to filter water, it's got to be good, you know. Also, they've got this thing called you buy LifeStraw products and then LifeStraw delivers safe water to schools. We track our progress together. Anything that does that storytelling, this company is going to be around for a long time, especially when it comes to water. It's the one universal thing that we actually all need to have on a daily basis. Bloom.co. Take control of your credit and identity. Create a cryptographically secure identity powered by Ethereum. This is kind of cool. It's kind of what Byteball have been doing with their service where we've kind of attestation bot. I think we're going to start to see a lot more of these attestation bots in the coming years, because we're going to need to prove and validate our ID on these blockchains. Solar powered trash compactor, Clean Cube, the solar powered trash compactor. If you imagine just chucking stuff into one of these at the side of a road, on the top of it you've got like a solar panel that charges the battery in the daytime. When the level of the trash gets so high, there's a compactor I think that moves in from the bottom, squashes that trash down, and then that trash falls down to the bottom, clearing the sensors, and is it self-sustaining. It doesn't need power on the grid. It notifies, I presume, the base when it's totally full, and then a van comes around like 4 days later. Instead of like coming in every single day, it comes down like 4 days later when it's completely full. Genius idea, and we definitely need to be using that same technology and lots more other things in life. Next up is decentralized microtasks. Super interested in this. Earn cryptocurrency on the move. Earn crypto on your mobile phone. Open app, complete 3-second task. Earn fragment tokens. Fragment platform will provide millions of people with easy access to simple microtasks that cannot be performed by AI. I certainly think this is an area that Steam and EOS should be looking into, because there's a huge amount of money to be made, but also a huge amount of people to lift out of poverty by being able to give them something in their hand that they can work on. Especially with the price of Android phones these days, like everybody could be a little micro worker. Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG, armoring and stretching adds both extra safety and comfort to one of the world's popular vehicles in its class, essentially creating a virtual boardroom on wheels with power to match. So like, this thing is not cheap, but at the end of the day you can get a heck of a lot of armor and protection for the price of it. What do you call them? Ambassadors would probably have one of these. Side coolers, 30 quart hard side coolers, holds 8 standing wine bottles. What's cool about this is it's got like a cork interior to it. So it's got these hard-sided coolers, but then the internal bit is made of like cork, which I presume has like super properties for like installation. I'm sure these are not cheap, but they do look the part. They do look pretty stylish. Light IM, a project by Zulu Republic making Litecoin SMS payments a reality. Interesting that I was just talking about text bytes earlier on from Byteball. The ability to kind of send small little crypto payments to people. Looks like people are starting to cotton on to the idea that we can be using existing platforms like SMS to send those little payments to each other. And this also helps with collaboration as well, because if I can send little payments to people to get them to help collaborate in time, in place, via usual methods, there's also 2G cellular packages that you can get out there in the world that are going to be around till 2020, that are no fee, that you can buy as a little breadboard to go on a Raspberry Pi. You could literally have a network of little SMS payments flying about. So SMS is not dead yet. Soundstripe, royalty-free music, unlimited music for video, the best royalty-free production music. I always have a problem with finding music that I can truly use royalty-free. I've been using Epidemic Beats, which I find really good, but their paperwork has got me really confused as if I can use it in a podcast or not, so I've kind of shied away from it. I have been looking around for another one, so I'll definitely be checking this one out. Some expertly, beautifully designed little piece of hardware for kids. Look at these leg and go things. Trusty friend for making the first steps together. These bikes look so legit. Somebody's obviously come up with an idea of how to like integrate the pieces together, but also at the same time to unpack them quickly and load them in a car. And it looks like they've built so many products that it kind of grows up with as you grow up. Great design, really lovely website, and I'm sure they'll do very well indeed. That's it today. If you are coming across Steemhunt for the first time, and you're looking at this from a decentralized video host, this is what the website looks like. All the hunts are on the right hand side. When you click through, go on the left, click the white button, takes you through to the hunt. Fill out this form on the right hand side, all the details like the graphics, the tags and everything. That puts it onto the blockchain, but it also puts it onto the Steemhunt website where it can be voted up. If it gets voted up, then you might get a payout from it. And this happens every 24 hours, and you can submit as many products as you want, but only one of them will get upvoted. That's it for me today. I will catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye.